Hi everyone, welcome to PowerShell for Penetration Testers at Pentester Academy. In this video, we continue our discussion on recon and scanning techniques using PowerShell. Let's have a look at a couple of scripts here. We will use Posh Showdown, which is a module by Carlos Perez. Posh Showdown is an implementation of Shodan API in PowerShell. If you do not know about Shodan, Shodan is it has been termed as Google for hackers. That is, it is a search engine. It keeps scanning internet for various services, etc. And one can search that the database of collected hosts, services, and vulnerabilities, etc. by visiting shodanhq.com. To use this module, you must have at least a free registered account with Shodan HQ, and if you plan to use it on a large scale, you must pay for a subscription. The second thing we will have a look at is get HTTP status from PowerSploit, which could be used to check existence of files and directories on a web server. So let's have a look at Posh Shodan. Let's import the module and list its commands. As you can see that there are a lot of commands available. You need to pass the API key parameter to each and every command, or to keep your key private. If you are doing a public demonstration or something like I am doing, then you can use the set Shodan API key, provide your API key and provide the master password, and then to set it to the variable Shodan API key, you can use read Shodan API key tasks for the master password, which in my case is something really lame, just a 4-character password, so please do not repeat such things. Now let's start with a simple enumeration of what we can do. So I think this is a free subscription for this API key. We can do some basic stuff like DNS resolve, etc. Now you can always explore Posh Showdown later on. Also, it creates 2 help files, these 2. So make sure you read these help files if you plan to use the search functions available. So let's use measure Shodan host. Let's use this. And let's use the query, let's say PHP my, or better, let's say default password, and let's limit it to city Mumbai. So in Mumbai there are 243 results which contain the string default password. Or let's search for RDP administrator and let's see if there is something for this in Mumbai. No. And if we search only for RDP, there are 4 such results. We are using measure Shodan host to get an idea of what all is available. To get a proper list of what is available with Shodan, use the get Shodan service, which lists the services available with Shodan. Now let's use search Shodan host, and then again there are a lot of interesting functions. Let's use the query RDP, again city Mumbai. Okay, so I need to use another API key. Okay, in any case, we can use search Shodan host this way or search Shodan exploit with the query parameter as well. So this is the basic usage of the Posh Shodan module. Use it if you want to automate uh, Shodan, automate querying of Shodan for example, let's say for your network, because if you have a look at the, let's search for PHP myadmin, and if you have a look at the different options available, you can use it for network, geolocation, country, city. So if you want to automate it for your network or something for which you are authorized to do security testing, then this thing would be very useful. Now second thing is get HTTP status. For that, let's load the script itself instead of running the importing the whole module. Let's load get HTTP status. We can always have a look at its help. So get HTTP status needs a target, a dictionary file, and the port on which to connect to. So let's provide it a virtual machine running on this host. Let's provide the path to the dictionaries, which in this case is this. Or better, let's use the one which comes with get HTTP status. And let's provide the port 80. So now if you run this, there is a quick list going by our screen. To be able to make something out of it, we need to filter the results. So as you can see that there is a PHP myadmin console running on this machine. If you look at the source code of PHP of this get HTTP status, we'll see that once again the heart and soul of this code is a .NET class. So as we saw earlier with in previous video with port scan and invoke port scan, etc., .NET really helps in extending functionality of PowerShell. So we used it for querying about different directories or files on a web server. We could also, so the get HTTP status does not provide an option to run it against multiple hosts. So it could be done in couple of ways, but that would come as an exercise. So there are two exercises for this video. The first one is to write a script which could save home or default page for a list of web servers. So the use case scenario for this is, let's say you are doing a penetration test and there after the port scan you get a list of 200 web servers. Now you can of course use existing tools like Nmap to, let's say, get a screenshot of all the web pages, or you can write a PowerShell script which could save the default page or the landing page of all the web servers, which you could open and have a look at. Also try get HTTP status on multiple machines. Loops could be your friend, jobs could be your friend. Keep in mind the performance bonus or pros and cons of both of the methods. So that is all for this video. Hope you enjoyed this. If you are enjoying your time at Pentester Academy, please recommend us to your friends and colleagues in the information security community.